Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast. 197. We're inching so close to 200. Hopefully our funds remain available so we can broadcast it. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
What's going on, Ant? It looks like you're in a different place yet again.
Look, you know what? I don't think I'm ever in the same place anymore. I really don't. I have no idea where I
am. Where are you today?
Well, I am in my brand new home.
There you go. All right.
I am now a homeowner.
Oh, God bless you.
Hello, debt.
Oh, yeah, I know about that. Hey, I just got a car, so we kind of are in the same boat.
Congratulations. Yeah, look, shared debt. This is why we don't have the funds that you're talking about.
This is called good debt. So, owning a home, having a car. What I'm going to show you a little later is bad debt.
I'll be honest with you, over the last couple of weeks since I wasn't on last week, I haven't accrued any bad debt.
Well, that's good. You didn't have time.
No, I don't. I've literally, since the last time you saw me 2 weeks ago, I've been moving.
Me, I have all the time in the world. But it looks like you're starting to set things up in there pretty good. I'm liking it.
Yeah, things are getting set up. Obviously, there's a lot more I need to do in terms of like organization and whatnot. And I have an idea on how I want to do stuff in this room. This is kind of some of it, but I'm not done yet.
All right, no problem. Well, we will, I guess as the weeks go on, we will see the transition.
Yeah, or you just won't see me.
I meant you going into madness.
Yes, that part, yes. and that, I will say, that's been going really well.
That is most successful.
Whoa. A whole bunch of stuff just popped up on my screen.
Uh-oh. What like
I didn't touch it. My hands were back here.
Like I thought that was so 90s.
No, it wasn't a pop-up like AOL or something.
Like it was advertisement for pills.
All of a sudden, like I got like a time, a performance chart. It was like my settings popped up.
Someone's hacking your system, telling you to go back to work.
Yeah, basically, they're like, "Excuse me, this is not related to your job."
All right. Well, you're still going, you're still recording, so we'll keep moving while you can. We're gonna keep this one. We're gonna try and keep it on the short side.
I got stuff to do.
Exactly. We got. But now that you're in your home, I can finally mail out this PlayStation 3 for you.
Oh, yes, exactly. And I have no place to put it.
There you go. Well, you can put it right. Well, let me ask you this real quick. Now that you're in your home, looks like you're starting to set up things. Like, are you starting to get an idea? Are you picturing how you want your games to be set up, how you want this? And, you've always seen these pictures, like the guy with, like, the 97 cubby holes.
Yep.
Or the other guy with the 2 TVs. Like, Are you getting an idea?
No, I'm not getting an idea on that sense. I'm getting an idea on like what I want to do in terms of the backdrop here. There's something really interesting going on in my brain because I'm not processing the fact that I'm a home owner. I just feel like, no, I seriously, like, I feel like
I get it.
Because like I've been looking at the stuff that I want to put up on the walls and I'm like, well, I go, don't put any holes in the walls because then you have to deal with them later. And I'm like, no, wait, it's your home. You can put a hole in the wall if you want to. Hell, you can rip out the wall.
This is true.
So,
absolutely true.
But I actually just the first thing I did when I moved in here was the closet in here had these wire shelves.
Okay.
Those like white wire type of shelves.
Yeah, I used to have those when I was downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were in there and I absolutely hated them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take them down. I'm going to paint the closet and then I'm going to put my comic books in there because I have a ton of comic books. So took the shelves down and then I had to spackle the holes, and then after spackling the holes, you got to stand the holes down so that it's level with the sheetrock, and then you paint. So I did all of that, and I'm like, I'm never putting a hole in a wall again. I don't care what I have to do, but no more holes.
I know it.
So, so I did that, and then of course when I put the shelves in there for the comic books, they didn't fit. So so they had to go in another closet. But at least this closet, it's clean, it's done. I've got like my board games and all kinds of stuff in there. So it's basically my storage closet. In terms of the room, there's a whole, like, I would love to do one of those setups where it's like, like this wall behind me, let's say, would be like probably the video game room. Like I would love to set it up like big shelves and all that stuff. But again, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Like maybe down the line when I'm more comfortable and everything's painted. Like that's the other thing too. It's like I don't want to put stuff up on the walls because I know they all need to be painted.
Gotcha.
And that's not happening right now. So everything's going to be temp, but I do have an idea on what I want to do. It's going to be the wall behind the desk, so that it'll always be, or at least I think it will be. So it'll be the backdrop. I'm actually trying to figure out what kind of desk I can buy that can move. So like I would love to have I would love to have a desk that's kind of on wheels or something. So I can kind of push it out of the way with everything on it. So yeah, I've got plans.
All right, sounds good. Just don't do what my mother did. My mother had a painter come in, painted the entire top floor of their house, which you've seen.
Yeah.
Completely, literally, the guy took the final stroke. My mother goes up and goes, "Nope, I don't like this color. Redo it tomorrow."
Wow.
And the guy came in the next day and had to redo it. It was insane. There was a conversation. You got paid twice. There was a conversation there between her and my father.
Yeah, and that was the other realization I came to after painting the closet. I never want to paint again.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of painting.
No, well, I'll be honest with you. Like it doesn't bother me that much, but when I look at the job I've done, I'm like, I guarantee you somebody could have done a much better job than me. So, and I even bought a paint sprayer from Amazon, and I was going to use it, but then I realized, I was like, by the time I figure out how to use it, I would be done with this closet, so I just did it the old-fashioned
way. There you go. Good thing Amazon's better with returns. If I may make one suggestion, though, if you're hanging stuff, Velcro. I
did it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was not a fan of Velcro. But a lot of the stuff I've hung up now is with Velcro, and so far, I mean, there's holes in the wall. But
oh yeah, no, I tested. I have right in the entranceway. I've got a big movie poster. I think it's like either 24 by 36 or 36 by 48, something like that. And I put it up last night with those Velcro things to see if it would stay. So that was my first run. Still up, still good.
Cool.
So yeah, no, everything's gonna be Velcro. And I also found out. I'm sorry, this is the home ownership portion.
That's all right. It's all right.
I saw it in the store. They have Velcro. Now they have like Velcro shelving that holds up to 20 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, you literally can just like it's not that big. It's like, one of these small, like those accent shelves people put up, put a couple things on. They have those now that you can just stick on the wall.
That's interesting because I've been thinking about redoing the little ladder I have with all the minis I have on it, and something like that may be interesting.
Yeah, I saw them in Target. 3M makes them.
Oh well, 3M's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right.
I'm looking into. I actually thought about that too to do in here a little bit, but again, down the line. Right now, I'm keeping everything very simple and basic.
Cool.
None of my systems are hooked up at the moment.
Not yet. Still. All right.
Well, no. I mean, PS4, Xbox One, Switch are hooked up, but like in terms of the retro systems and the minis and stuff, not hooked up yet. In fact, the minis are. If I can do that, are all sitting in their boxes right now.
Look at that. Actually, I like that setup. When you take them out, just leave the boxes there.
Well, that was a thought I had. At least for now, everything is temporary right now.
No, of course. Yeah. All right, cool. Sorry. So, well, good luck with everything. And we can't wait to see the final product or whatever the temporary final product will be.
Me too.
Real quick, because you weren't here last week, Mario, again, thank you very much for stepping in.
Yes, thank you, Mario, for filling in. Really appreciate it.
So, but I wanted to bring this up to you because I don't know. Well, you didn't have anything set up, so you wouldn't have been able to play it if it's available to the public. But I did download and play the demo of Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh, yes. And how is it?
I'm telling you, it took a little bit, but it like muscle memory started to come back. You could actually watch it on our YouTube page. It's only like maybe 6 minutes or so.
Okay.
Trust me, I play like garbage the entire way through, but I start to get better as it goes on. But it definitely has that feel of the original game, especially when you switch I think, if I remember correctly, and you can see it, I switched the controllers, I think, to like retro mode or something like that.
Ooh,
so I think it started to come, because I'm playing in the beginning. I'm like, why can't I grind? I can't like grind or, the part like when you did a handstand on the top of the thing, like I couldn't really get those down pat. I was doing them by accident. Mm-hmm. And then when I switched it to retro, I kind of started coming back to me. Cool. So, but you're going to love it. So I recommend getting it. And don't mind the demo because I I broadcasted it from the PS4, so it automatically took out the music. But the demo music was Superman, and I can't remember what the other one was. And then a very cool, just real quick, I mentioned this to Mario last week, like a cool update they did is when you fall off your skate, when you get back up, it's like you glitch back up. Just kind of the way they do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, but otherwise, the warehouse felt like the warehouse.
Oh, very cool.
So hopefully that will become public beta. And and then I'll mention it anyway. Avengers, I don't know if the beta is still open. I think it was just for the weekend. The Avengers beta, that game, I may end up picking that one up too.
Yeah, all these games that are coming out, it's like, okay, I was like, well, I definitely want to get Avengers, definitely want to get Tony Hawk, no question about that. Like, those are like no-brainers.
Yeah. So, and with that, I did go to Game On because now I have a car, a 2018 Jeep Renegade, and I'm like, what better way to give it a good run than to go an hour away from my house? And now that I have a monthly note again and higher car insurance, because it is a newer vehicle, why not pick up some stuff? And that's what I did.
Makes total sense.
So let's get into this real quick. Some interesting stuff. One thing I think may blow your mind a little bit, but something that I'm happy I picked up. But let's start with this. First, this is one of the gems that they actually like put on the side when they saw it come in because they knew I'd be interested. Vertical Force on the Virtual Boy.
Ew.
Game is fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
And it was fun. It was like a shoot 'em up, but in 3D because that's what the Virtual Boy was.
So basically, the way like Star Fox 64 plays, it without the 3D.
No depth. Like there's a near and a far.
Got you.
They got in the Game On, that is like 5 or 6 Castlevania ROMs on cart. Hacks, homebrews, whatever you want to call them. So I picked up one. Actually, I already had one. I forgot what it's called. Something Nightmare or something. Over something. I don't know. It's a red cart. But so I'm like, look, of all of them, which one is really good? So they recommended this version, Castlevania Blood Moon.
Ooh.
I haven't played it yet, but I heard it's really good.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got to break out an NES somewhere. Or wait for the Polymega, which is getting tremendous reviews.
Wait. Is it? What's going on? Is it out? I thought it was November.
No. Well, yeah, who knows? But all the people who got the demos who were able to demo it, everyone's been praising it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so good stuff there. And then I kind of stole this idea from you. How you were talking about, and I've mentioned this a couple of times.
You steal all your ideas from me.
I do, because you got good ideas. That's why.
I get paid for that now.
And I don't get paid for stealing them from you. You were talking about how the one system you're missing of the originals is the Mega Drive. No, is the Master System.
Yes.
I keep calling it the Mega Drive. Is the Master System. Sega's NES, if you will.
Correct.
And last week's episode, because Mario is into Sega growing up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, and we talked Mega Drive. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I didn't buy a Mega Drive. Dang it. I didn't buy let me write this down. Master System. Sorry, I remember what it's called.
Don't mind me, I just keep adjusting my camera.
Yeah, no problem. I went to England and bought a HAL.
That's my hand.
Genesis. So I'm like, all right, maybe one day, I'm sure Polymega will come out with an adapter to play Mega Drive. Master
System.
I'm not. This is not going to work because now Mega Drive is stuck in my head. There we go. Master System is now. There we go. So maybe they'll come out with an adapter. I know Analog did that, and to play Master System games. But I'm like, you know what? In the event, let me start picking up some games. I already have Pro Wrestling on the Master System. Okay. I already have Rampage on the Master System. So I figured I'd pick up Outrun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and remember, we're talking 8 bits, but still very nice.
Great racing game.
Yes. And then I picked up this game actually on recommendation. It's called Global Defense.
Ooh.
So it's this weird shooter.
Okay.
Where it's like not only do you control, there's a where is it? It's hard to see in these pictures, but you have like this guy here. It looks like the droid from Empire Strikes Back that lands on Hoth in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you have him, and you have a crosshair a little bit in front of you, so you control the crosshair, but at the same time, you can also move the droid, what I'll call him a droid. So it's like two things that you move on offense. But I'm not talking about like you don't just move the droid with your D-pad. You have to hold a button and move it, and then hold another button to move the crosshair. It's very weird. And then it has a little bit of a missile command feel to it, the way you actually fire and blow up the enemies.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it's interesting. It's hard to explain, as you just heard, but it's very interesting. But I'll definitely give it a shot. Oh, what is this? Sega Customer Service, 573 Forbes Avenue, South San Francisco, California. Oh, look at this. Huh. Well, their phone number.
Yeah.
We should go visit. And their phone number.
Give them a call. Give them a call and see what happens.
I was say if you're outside California, 1-800-USA-SEGA.
There you go.
Interesting. All right, so I picked up a couple of games in preparation.
Cool.
Then this happened.
Oh boy.
This is the Genesis power base converter.
Oh wow.
Yes, this is very hard to find. It is pricey.
Yeah.
But if you own a Genesis, it is awesome.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because it will play up here on top the Master System games and the card Master System card games as well.
Oh wow.
And
it just don't play the card games.
Yep, it just pops right in the Genesis. Perfect. I am not 100% sure if it works with only the Generation 1 Genesis, or if it will work. It certainly won't work with Generation 3, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know if it will work with the version 2. But I've always wanted this. And don't get me wrong, I don't own a Genesis. I'm actually borrowing a Genesis right now from Mario to try it out. But this is one of those things where even if I never use it, this is going to be a collector's.
Right.
So this one I get a kick out of. So,
that's really cool. Yeah. No, that's awesome.
So that I like.
Fine.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Especially because I like they get these like once every like 2 years or something like that.
Okay.
So it's ridiculous. That is basically about it. Yeah. No, that is it from Game On.
Cool.
So
I have, like I said, I have not gone shopping for anything unrelated to my house. So no video games. I've been to Home Depot so many times that I'm sick of
it. You're gonna get a Home Depot card.
No.
Actually, you should. It's probably better off.
I was just gonna say I probably should. It's just that right now I don't ever want to go there again. So okay.
Oh boy. All right. So we're gonna get into some news here then, and then we'll start to try and bring this in. Cool. But I got some stuff here. So first of all, as I mentioned before, the Polymega getting great reviews from their beta testers, which is neither one of us. So I just want to read some quotes here. These are just like actual quotes. This is from Nintendo Life on the Polymega, and this was published August 11th of 2020, so just a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where the quotes are coming from because they didn't cite them, so forgive me.
So you're making them up?
No, they're right here. I'm looking at them. Creating and launching a piece of gaming hardware isn't an easy process for a big company, let alone... No, that doesn't even make sense. Here we go. When you load a game up, it is matched with its database entry and can be either played from the original media or installed to the system's internal storage. Remember, you can rip the ROM. You got to have the original cart or CD, but you can rip the ROM to the system and then you can play it right off the system.
That's what I do with my Retro Freak.
Exactly. The console leverages its massive database by giving you recommendations based on the games you're currently playing. There will be an e-store, I believe, on here.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep. Let's see. Should you choose to play without any kind of screen filter, you're getting an incredibly crisp image, just like you'd expect to see if you were using a PC-based emulator. That's good. Here we go. Saturn emulation, which has been which has long been spotty, even on powerful PCs, is surprisingly solid.
Oh, great.
That makes me happy because I'm dying to play Shining Force.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is going to be my. Well, I mean, I have a Saturn, but you know what I mean. It's like with
Yeah.
Saturn, PlayStation, Sega CD. Like that's what I want it for.
You make such a good point. I have a Super Nintendo, you know, like the Hyperkin versions. I have an NES through the retro bit, you know, but I act like I don't have, like I can't play these games. Like I'm sitting here, like I gotta wait for the Polymega to play Blood Moon. No, I can play Blood Moon right now, but for some reason, I'm waiting for the Polymega.
It's the gamers. You know, it's like that gamers quandary. It's like, you know, you have all the games and the means to play it, and then you look around and you're like, God, I have nothing to play.
One more thing, which I literally just read right now, which is very interesting, controller wise. So obviously, with the like the NES, Super NES, Genesis, TurboGrafx, you can use the original controller because they have the original ports.
Yeah.
But for the CD systems, which are all one base, you can't use their respective controllers, their respective original controllers. However, the system will work with Retrobit's excellent Sega licensed controllers because these are USB ports.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, and they put out a Genesis and a Saturn controller. So you can get those. It will work with an Xbox 360 controller.
Okay.
And it will work with the PlayStation Classic controller.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's awesome.
Except for the games that need analog sticks. But beyond that, that is huge.
Well, I mean, did the original PlayStation have an analog controller?
No, the analog came out later. But I'm just saying, like...
It did, right. I'm wondering if those will still work on there, though.
What do you mean?
The PS1 controllers.
Oh, no, Ann, I'm talking the PlayStation Classic, the Mini.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah. I know, it's not a classic to everybody else.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, yeah, I don't even know what to call it. I've never opened them up.
Yo, what's wrong with you? The games are good. Oh well. All right, so Polymega it's getting the praise. I'm really excited about this. And would you be interested in not necessarily an arcade one-up, but do you think would you like to make room for an arcade machine?
I wouldn't mind. I already. Oh wait, did I not show that on here yet?
Uh-oh, what? What'd you buy?
I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. And giving himself a home housewarming gift, his own housewarming gift. We're going to talk about another, not a mini, but we're going to talk about a couple of little arcade.
I forgot this all happened right when I moved, so I wasn't able to share.
No, this is interesting.
So bear with me. So
no problem.
As everybody knows, I have moved away from Los Angeles, California, and now I reside in Orlando, Florida.
There you go. You're away from the mic, but we're here. You keep open.
So I moved away from California and now live in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
And as a result, I had to leave my previous job. So.
Oh, wait a minute. I can only imagine what this might be like.
So when I left my job, obviously we had they had a little goodbye for me and everything like that. And, one of my coworkers, Christine, who I loved working with, was like, oh, I'm going to drop something off at your house, but you can't open it until we have our goodbye Zoom call because obviously we can't be in person. Yeah. So, so she drops it off. She comes by, she drops it off, and she's like, do not open this until do not open this until you get to the Zoom until you get to the Zoom call. So fine. So I didn't.
Hold on. For those listening, Anthony just opened this with a scissor.
Yes.
Okay.
What was I supposed to open it with?
No. Is this the first time you're opening it?
No.
Never mind. Okay.
I opened it, pulled it out, and then I literally on the Zoom call opened it. I was like, "Holy crap, you guys, this is awesome!" And then I put it right back. Then it went in my pod.
No, not only that, because you were pulling out the pieces that keep it together as well.
Well, yeah, because I didn't unpack it.
I know. I'm just saying.
So anyway, this is the parting gift my last job gave me, and I love these guys because they know me so well.
Oh, which one is that?
It's the Bar Top Pac-Man.
It is an arcade one-up. Yes, Bar Top Pac-Man. That is fantastic.
And it includes Pac-Man and Pac and Pal.
Pac-Man and Pac-Man Pal?
Pac and Pal?
Oh, Pac and Pal. Oh,
Pac and Pal.
yeah, it's
Which
not
I've
the
never
Pac-Man.
played.
No.
But anyway, this was the gift they gave me. I could not have been happier. I mean, which was, I forgot that I didn't share this.
No, you didn't even tell me about it.
No,
Keep going fair.
No, I'm not kidding you. Like, my goodbye was on a Friday, right? That Saturday, was it that Saturday? No, my goodbye was on a Friday. That day was when the pod showed up. Literally went from the Zoom call the next morning into the pod. I didn't even open it. So I'm like, okay, but now that now I can open it, and I have to obviously I got to find a place to put it. So,
that
but
is
yeah,
awesome.
This was just an amazing gift from
That is fantastic.
my friends at Illumination, who I adore and miss.
Good stuff. That is awesome. Well, so you already have an arcade machine, if you will.
Yes, I do.
So for those,
Sorry, I'm cleaning.
no, do what you got to do. No problem. Yeah, no, Ant can't just sit there after just throwing all the cardboard all over the place. No.
We don't keep messing around.
He's basically
even in my new house. Like, I moved in on Tuesday. I swear to God, the only boxes I have left are, I think I have 7 or 8 boxes left from my bookshelf because I don't have a bookshelf.
Oh man.
Other than that, everything's unpacked.
So all right, yeah. And just that quickly back in the box, but that's awesome. Definitely let us know how that plays.
I definitely will. I just got to figure out, it's like, what kind of, like, do I get like a little stand for it with a stool, or you know what I mean? Like, I gotta play around with that.
Well, yeah, that'd be a big stand. I mean, it's kind of, the idea is like a bar top, if you will, like you said, but also double check. I don't know if it's that version or they're selling new separate versions. You might be able to attach that to the wall.
Ooh. Well, what's interesting is that my kitchen, I have one of those little windows.
Okay.
Where obviously you can pass stuff through.
Like my house had.
Yeah. I may just set it in there.
Yeah, why not? That's good. Because you're close to the drinks then.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see. I have no plan. I have no set place for it yet. I just know it'll go somewhere. So, but yes.
Well,
very, very excited. So I have an arcade.
No, that's awesome.
But to your point, I still want to get another one.
Yeah, just line them up. Well, here's one, not Arcade 1-Up, but Neo Geo is going to be putting out yet another, actually kind of same size, a bar top, so maybe a little bigger than the one that you got now. Mm-hmm. Bar top size Neo Geo home arcade.
Oh, very cool.
Actually, it's going to be 15 inches wide, 25 inches high, 17 inches deep. So I think it'll be bigger than yours.
That's what she said.
Hey, there you go. 50 built-in games. Now, we all know with Neo Geo, 50 games means like 30 and like 12 copies of the same game.
Of course.
But you're going to get your normal Metal Slug, Samurai Showdowns, Fatal Furies, World Heroes, a golf game, a wrestling game, a football game. So the basics. Mm-hmm. But this thing is, it's going to be $450. Okay. Because it's like, it is high quality stuff here. But because it's a bar top, obviously it's shorter. They're going to sell a base with it that looks really cool, because the base, basically, I don't know how big the base is. There's no dimensions on it. But it will bring, obviously, the unit up, but it looks like the coin slots.
Okay.
Of the original arcade, which I think is pretty cool how they designed it. Yeah. Yeah, so this thing looks really cool. Again, it's a 5-foot tall arcade cabinet that you can put it on top of. Cool. Okay. All right, cool. And that pushes up to $500. So I don't see a release date on this right now, but this thing looks pretty cool. An SNK Neo Geo MVSX home arcade.
Very cool.
And that is not the only update as far as home arcade. This one is the little tiny arcade that I did have on pre-order that I ended up canceling because I'm like, I'm getting a car, and then I just showed you what happened.
Yep.
So Sega's Astro City mini console. Remember something I was telling you about? It kind of looks like the arcades that you saw in Japan.
Yep.
So they announced more games for it. Let's see. So they announced 23 more games. Just to run through it real quick, not all of them. Wonder Boy 1, 2, and 3. Shinobi and Shadow Dancer, which are both great games.
Nice.
Columns, Bonanza Brothers, I might as well just go through it. Cotton, Crackdown, ESWAT, Gain Ground, Ichident R, and Poyu Poyu. So, this thing's the size of like the Neo Geo Mini that I have.
Okay.
Very tiny. So, but you can buy external controllers for it and hook it up to the TV.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty cool. Some new games there.
Cool.
Some other quick news. Apparently, someone has ported or has demoed a port of Sonic the Hedgehog to the Super Nintendo.
Huh.
So Sonic did come out on Game Boy Advance.
Right.
The original game. And the Game Boy Advance is basically a handheld Super Nintendo. But Tiago SC actually went to the original Mega Drive, and I meant to say that, Mega Drive Sonic. Mm-hmm. I think went into the code, a couple of tweaks to get it to run on the Super Nintendo, and actually got it running on Super Nintendo. I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, but that'd be pretty interesting if we can get a ROM of Sonic on Super Nintendo.
That would be really cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
Until Nintendo finds out and shuts it down.
Oh, of course. And there was a couple stories about all that always happening.
Yep.
Fantastic. Actually, someone was trying to make a GoldenEye, a 25th anniversary GoldenEye, but the 007 people told them, yeah, no, I don't think so.
Nobody wants to let us play with stuff.
No, not at all. And then finally, just a couple things to mention. First of all, the new Battletoads game is now available on Xbox One.
Ooh.
Very interesting. I bought it. It's $20. Not bad. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I still don't know how I feel about it. Because the gameplay is cel-shaded, which is fine in itself. Has that cartoony feel. So it's not going to feel like the original NES version, which it shouldn't. Okay. But even Streets of Rage 4 had a feel like the prior 3 on Genesis. This one just feels completely different. To me, it's almost a little too self-aware of who they are. It's very, what do you call that? Very, like when you kind of like when the cartoon is self-aware, they're like, we're back and we got our speeder bikes. I forgot what they call that term. But it's an interesting gameplay. Mm-hmm. Difficult, as the original was. Of course. But it's interesting gameplay. So definitely check it out. I still haven't figured out yes or no on it.
Okay.
And then finally, which I thought this was really cool, coming to the Switch, Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend.
Ooh.
Yes. 3 Final Fantasy Legend Game Boy games are making their way to the Switch.
I'm sure you'll pick those up.
I'm really interested in doing it because A, they're not remastered. These are the original black and white Game Boy games.
Right.
All 3 of them. In fact, to the point where when you play, the wallpaper doesn't look like a Game Boy, but it looks like a handheld, almost like a Game & Watch. Like It looks like the handheld thing. I have one of them on Game Boy. I forgot which one I have. I never completed it, but it was fun to start.
Okay.
But what I find interesting about this is, and I don't know what it's going to look like, but they say if you take your Switch out and pull the Joy-Cons off and rotate your Switch vertically,
okay,
it will look and play like the original Game Boy.
Oh, wow.
That I'm interested in.
That's really cool. Nice and innovative use of the Switch.
Yeah, and not only that, I can use the adapter I have that lets you play Switch games vertically.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you had that.
I think it's called the Flip Switch.
But you'll have to try that and let me know how it is.
No, it's only $20. So, but that's coming out in December. So,
all right.
Other than that, that's really about it. Nothing else on big news that I saw from Retro. Okay. Just a fun, quick hit here, and that's basically about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't have, unfortunately, in terms of preparation for the show, I was lacking because I've been distracted with moving and stuff.
I'm doing the research. I'm doing the editing. Can you please pull your slack for God's sakes?
No, eventually? Because I think I did it for the previous 180 episodes.
I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah,
maybe the last 97 episodes.
97.
The video portion. Folks, we're not making it to 200.
Every once in a while, I'm not prepared. Every once in a while, but I can
my notes.
I can bring up Word docs with my breakdowns.
This is very true. This is absolutely
It is
true.
very true. I tend to be very organized. Unfortunately,
It's okay.
I'm a little distracted.
Don't worry about it.
But hey, it happens.
No, you're right.
And the important thing is I don't have to worry about it now because I'm done.
There you go. Obviously, because life gets in the way, which happens. This week we weren't able to really deep dive into high score.
Nope.
But we will. Don't worry. We will. I watched this series. Go ahead.
I think next week we can do it again. My goal was to watch it this week, but clearly I did not have any time. So so I think next week we'll definitely talk about high score.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say anything major. I'm just going to say I watched the whole thing. I loved it. Learned some stuff. Some stuff was very interesting, and they did a good job with it. You know, they didn't try and make it more than it should be. So it was good stuff. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm halfway through the first episode because like those little pockets of time where I sit down to eat. I was like, I turned it on like yesterday, and I'm like, while I eat lunch, let me watch a little bit of it. And already 20 minutes in, and I was like, okay, this is awesome, and I need the time to focus on it as opposed to squeezing it in and running around and stuff. So, Good. And I want us to give like a proper review. So,
and not only that, you want to enjoy it.
That too, very important.
So, all right, cool. So, we'll wrap this one up. A nice little handheld episode.
Cool.
You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube at Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter at Retro Gamers Pod. Basically everywhere you listen to podcasts, Spreaker, Amazon. Actually, remember, we are on Alexa. So you can say, Alexa, play the Retro Gamers Podcast, and one of the episodes will come up. Hopefully the newest one. Yep. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google. We're everywhere. iHeartRadio. So wherever you listen, check us out. Give us thumbs up. Like this video. The more likes we get, the more we get out there. Our buddy in Peru. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. And our friend Unfun
We
Gamer.
got one in Brazil too.
I think we had one in Brazil. Oh, our fan in Brazil. If you can get to us, I talked about this last week. How you guys. And no disrespect, but you guys are usually on the tail end of getting it. You guys are just getting the Switch for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not only that, the Master System was still running wild, I think, to this day. It was outselling PS4s or PS3s.
Wow.
So
well, I'm really curious to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm curious about that as well. And you know, if we go down there, invite us to Carnival. So, you know, definitely listen, like, subscribe, and go back to enjoying your house.
I will. I'm literally running out the door after we're done.
And folks, we will catch you right here next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.